Facebook yet. Hello, everyone. I'm just making sure everything is started up like it should have. Okay, we're on YouTube. There we are on Facebook. And Facebook is private. Oh, jeez, I did it again. Hold on one, guys. Yeah, I don't know why. It's like I completely redid it. It said I set up Facebook. Facebook to post publicly, but it's set to private. Hi, Ruthie.
Hi, BB. Hi, Papa Cat. Hi, Kitty K. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Lizzie.
Is that Bee? No, yeah, Bee's behind me. Penny's underneath the bench.
Hi, Pixar Mama. Hi, Silverlink. It's okay. Just ignore each other. Hi, Ruthie.
No, maybe next week I'll try it again. I got to remove the permissions and re-added them, making sure to set public.
Ruthie, could you ignore her, please? Come on. Come on. Wait, Bee. It's okay, Bee. She's not even, doesn't even ignore. Oh, you're there.
Yeah, Bee and Ruthie have a long-standing grudge.
Cold War.
Yeah, Cold War. It showed up in our video, in our Facebook history, memories from a year ago, when Bee tried to initiate play with Ruthie, and Ruthie was just blowing her off.
Ruthie had only been here not even 6 weeks. So.
Yeah. Bee was like, Bee doesn't know how to play. Her nickname as a kitten was B-Rex, and she still lives up to that. So she was just like, smack, smack as hard as she can. And Ruthie never forgave that.
Well, so, when Ruthie started getting her britches about her, she started.
Yeah. When she got her confidence in the house. No, it's more of a Cold War where they don't try to antagonize each other too much, except for an occasional flying of bombers over the border and stuff like that.
Hey, baby. How's everybody's week?
Ruthie used to charge forward and then skid to a stop right in front of Bee just to see Bee go poof.
Yeah, run a test next time, yeah. Julian will come in a few minutes. Nakia was sleeping in the laundry room, and she wasn't like I could pick her up. And then I tried to get Libby, but she was hunkered down in her fort. Been busy this week, Kimberly? That's good. Long day yesterday, huh? Yeah, yesterday John and I were up at
6 a.m.
6. I was struggled big time.
I handled the day pretty well, but today I don't think I got quality sleep last night, so I'm really feeling it.
I was trying to put this here. You want to find the one that we normally go to? Whoa! She fell over.
And did I break it? Nope, I was blocking it.
She had her oopsie. But you don't worry about it. Can you see B on the camera? Let's see. I'm gonna fix my.
I'm trying to see her.
You did 7 a.m. That's early for you too.
Ready, Ruthie?
Yeah, we were up at 6. We had gotten a big breakfast by 7:30.
Do your spin. Do your spin. Show everybody. This is how she likes to play with me. It's like we do a quick, fast, hard play, and then a slow chin scritch. She's purring so hard right now.
It's funny.
Here we
Yeah, we got like 3 hours of sleep. We did end up getting 3 hours. I think I fell asleep around 2:30ish, 3.
Yeah.
And then we were up at 6, yeah.
Well, you dozed off at night too. No, yeah, it was in the afternoon. You're right.
Well, and then I did take a break. Well, I napped on the couch for like off and on because I was still listening but napping. And then finally got moving around 1 yesterday. So Dorian and Eddie are doing well. And I'm sure Eddie will come up. And then Dorian has a follow-up appointment on the 4th of February just to get his blood glucose checked.
Sunrise in South Africa.
Yeah, I didn't want to see any departures either. There's no way up I was getting for 5 a.m. for that anyway. I did enjoy the Mike Pence departure with Kamala Harris, walking him down. Yep, I'm definitely the president of the House, right, dear?
Yes. We're not. If you recently joined, I tried to. We got notice on Facebook that we're broadcasting, but can't find it for some reason. It's like Facebook is still flagging it as a private, where only I can see it logged on as the critter room. I completely redid all the permissions, making sure everything was set to public, and I don't know why it's doing it. So.
Oh, Catherine, I'm sorry to hear about your kitty and the soft stool. Oh boy, we have a story for you from this week.
Oh,
Talking about soft stool.
Yeah, that was potential for it anyway. We lucked out. I made lasagna the other day, and I put the Italian style cheese and the feta cheese and the regatta in a pot and mixed them up, and I set it aside while I was heating up or cooking the hamburger. Well, for 7 minutes that night, we went back on the security cam and saw that for 7 minutes, Harley was just chowing down on it.
It was on the mixture of cheese.
And the regatta.
But it was the last night of the president's last night, and we were obsessed with Rachel Maddow. No, it wasn't even Rachel Maddow. It was some show, and you could see both of us standing there.
Basically facing in the same direction as her. And then when I finally saw her, she looked like someone who had eaten so much that they were in absolute agony, but they couldn't stop eating. She was like,
She ate. It looked like it could have been close to
anywhere from a quarter cup to a half a cup.
No, it was an eighth to a fourth.
Okay, eighth to a fourth. One of those two.
I love how he always doubles the sizes in the stories.
Well, it looked like a lot. There was a size. There used to be like a nice rounded curve to it, and then there was like a big old notch into it.
Oh, I got pictures.
But
oh my God! I literally was crying and laughing all at once. Literally. What horrible.
So we kept a really close eye on her because I did a lot of quick searching, and the only risk really is diarrhea because of being a lactose intolerant cats being lactose intolerant. Well, she did not have a blowout.
No, actually, we've been struggling with her soft stools,
and they're actually better now.
And she pooped 4 times yesterday. We watched her 4 times, and they're all much better than they had been in like weeks. My phone's doing the same thing as it did last week. All of a sudden, I gotta restart it. I'll show you pictures, but literally you can see John just right, like it's not even 2 feet in front of her. John's just like looking.
I was like watching the TV. TV is up there. She was down there.
I was sitting on the big tall island. I was sitting close.
If Jess could see me, she could see her.
I didn't
And she could see me. B's on the heater vent, in case you're wondering.
And you thank you. Come here, Penny. Anyway, so Catherine, I hope your kitty. I don't recommend regatta cheese. That's only a recommendation for apparently Harley. But of course, pumpkin. We always suggest pumpkin, and then also the floor we talked about last week. As far as switching foods, it's always an option. But if it's something that's super new, it might be, hopefully it doesn't last that long. It might be something else going on. Okay, let's see. I don't know if they'll be able to see this picture.
You can message it to me and I can put it on here. Bigger screen.
Oh. What are you doing, baby girlie? My phone's not. Anyway, so we're struggling today because from our early day yesterday. Good girlie. Very proud of you. Let me see if I can get Nikia. I don't know. I'll get Nikia up here. Eddie, you want to go say hi?
Okay, there's the ricotta and the Italian style shredded cheese. You can see where there's like a big trough all around here because that's where that arrow is where she was sitting.
No, the arrow?
Yeah.
Let me see. Which picture be it? That's where she ate. Yeah.
And she was sitting right here. And there she is, chowing down. There I am, looking at the TV. There's Jess looking at me.
No, I wasn't. I was working on doing the W-2s.
Bumbles is still a snuggler. Harley is a big time snuggler. And B actually let Harley snuggle with me last night while she was curled up against my side. She was like curled up in a sitting position with her paws just like this, and she fell asleep like that.
So,
yeah, reminded us of Grease Lightning Zuko too. We were hoping, it's like the last time she had. I hope you're not eating. If you are, you may want to mute for a couple minutes. I'll wave when it's okay to unmute. I'll give you 3 seconds to mute. 2, 1, 0. Okay. Harley, when she has severe diarrhea, she frantically digs in the box and spins around. At the same time, she's pooping. So she's like, I'm just, those water sprinklers that go in a quick circle like this, just spraying water all around? That's Harley. And I was picturing, as soon as I saw her do that, and I realized that she might have diarrhea, that's what I pictured after the sheer amount of ricotta. Okay, I'm waving now, so you're going to mute. Hopefully you didn't think this was waving.
It was National Cheese Lovers Day yesterday. So wait, someone wanted us to do Power to the Pod. I just missed it, so I apologize. Where is... So Catherine, I'm sorry to hear that pumpkin didn't work. Let us know how the probiotic works.
Yeah, Miranda, we're between fosters right now while I'm looking for a new job. I got 30-day notice and on the 15th from IBM. They're laying off a large number of people, and so many people that now they're looking to instead of cross-training developers on one team, they're cross-training developers between different teams because they don't have enough anymore by design. So I got a bunch of applications out. I've got trying to touch base with a headhunter that kind of reached out to me, and I actually put in a job app for AT&T today because I saw they had a contract with the government for in the same language that I develop in. It's posted on their public job site too.
So Cardi Joe, she asked, can we have power to the paw for Sarah, Donna, and her family this week? Yes, we will. So everyone can keep her in her thoughts. Okay, and then it was crumble. I don't know I can't say that. Curmudgeon. The pumpkin didn't work. Seemed to make it worse. So hopefully maybe you can get some of the other flora in there.
One thing you can also do is, if you haven't tried it yet, try to find something that doesn't have chicken in it, and be sure to check the ingredients because I've seen brands that labeled ocean fish, and the primary ingredient was chicken. Chicken is the most common base used in cat food, especially the cheaper brands, and chicken is also the most common allergen for cats in their diet. Ruthie here will lick herself bald if she gets chicken in her.
And then, did anyone answer Catherine's 4 minutes behind question? If do we know anything about kittens? We'll be fostering again. We don't have any news on fostering at this time. We're on a semi-longer break as we try to focus in on job hunting. But we did get John's office almost done. Do you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, it's like I've been remodeling my office myself. Took out all the old floors, put in a new floor similar to this, and painted the wall, ceiling, redid all the electrical in there. Right now, yesterday I finished doing up all the internet jacks, and tomorrow I should get the last thing I need for rewiring the house, the current internet. The house has internet wires going around it. I'm replacing those with Cat 6 cables.
Yep, it looks like BB answered everyone's question about who's who. So Ruthie's above, she's the sassiest. This is Harley, our kitten, and then you can see Penny under the bench. B's still in the room, but just not in view.
Yeah, I plan on showing a picture of the office once I get the new desk in. That may not be for another week or two. Though they said the same thing about the bookcases I ordered, and they came today, so crossing fingers it'll be soon.
I really want him to show the before picture, but
I'll show before pictures too.
you didn't do very when we were remodeling the house, but it's very nice. I'm actually allowed in there, and so are the cats. Big change. You can actually walk around the room too.
Well, Harley shut down my computer yesterday, so I'm starting to rethink that. And I had my work laptop propped up on the side because Eddie likes to step on the UPSs and then onto my computer and then onto my desk, and I don't want him damaging the laptop because I got to send it back in a week. So, but yes, somebody rode up against it and it fell flat, and all of a sudden we just heard skittering and scattering and sliding and crashing and cats going all the way down the hallway.
How many parts?
He died laughing.
How many computer parts do you throw out? We haven't gotten there, Lizzie. Everything just went right into the garage, which I'm not very happy about because you can't really walk in it again, which makes me very unnerved. But I told him that when we put things back in the office, I am in charge. It has to go through me. Because we're not going back to what it was before.
I'm going to consult with her.
He's going to consult with me. No, he doesn't get a stand-sit desk. He just got a corner desk sitting. Well, Lizzie, I mean, you couldn't even go in the office. It wasn't safe for anybody. And so now, Ruthie, before we came up here, Ruthie was down there all by herself in the, it's sunrise.
Yeah, the summer's coming up.
Oh,
Got the first bird. And BC's are.
yeah. Anyway, Ruthie loves it because she can look down there.
Yeah.
The garage was so clean in June. I think we're gonna have to do like a spring cleaning every March, and so that's the plan. Because we have the junk guy. We gotta get the junk guy back out here.
I have a heating vent that goes in between the floors and aims up into the master bed or the main bedroom, and then down into my office. And there's no vent on there yet, so she came in and had Ruthie looking down the vent and got Penny to look up through the vent. So now every 2 or 3 times a day, Penny comes in there and starts looking up, and then she starts meowing.
She doesn't have a pretty meow either.
No. And she used to be very quiet. She's not in that case.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're definitely gonna. We have lots of totes for the office to store like the millions of hard drives that he never uses, and we've got extra shelves now for the garage, which will be good. So, how old are each of our cats? They range. Dorian's 17. Eddie's gonna be 15 in 2 weeks, and then Libby's 10. Trillian's 6. Ruthie's 5. And Penny is 2.5. B and Nakia are 2, and then we've got this little girl who's about 7 months old. I have the label maker, and he's been stealing it.
Yeah, my label maker stopped working, so I tossed it.
You labeled Trillian too.
Yeah, I labeled Trillian. I created a label called Earth and stuck it out on the lawn.
Well, today is National Ask Your Cat Question Day, and we were supposed to do a whole post on it, and we didn't. And it's not going to happen at this point.
Maybe we'll start it for next year.
Yeah. Penny.
Maybe we want to tell them what we were going to post?
Well, we were going to do a couple of different things. We were going to sing to the cats. We still might do that. Everyone has a song. And then, no, we won't tell them.
Most of them. Yeah,
We'll still do it.
Yeah, we'll still do that. Harley's coming very good at clicker games.
Oh, yeah, today. What's going on?
No,
B did try to go up there so that she could see the...
B did a swat. It's like, get
down. Did she go after her, or did she...
Yeah, she swatted at her. She's like, it's my turn.
Or did she try to get up there so she can go and... Oh,
no.
Oh, nope, yep. Oh, yeah. There it was. I saw it.
That's why she's called B-Rex. Come on.
Yo, Alice, you're a professional organizer. I love that. Yeah, it's the day-to-day things that are hard. So one of my biggest things with John and Chris that I have a hard time with is that they don't put things back where they found them. Or now that the garage is like super packed, everything is just like, oh, I can't step any further, so I'll just put it right here. And then right when you walk in, and it's like...
I'm not, well, Chris is a little bit worse than I am at that. But I'm not innocent.
B slid down the tire. So if you see it again, what B was doing is that she targeted Ruthie and she went up and bopped her. So it wasn't a fall, it was a...
She did a control, yeah, and a controlled descent. I was just like preparing for somebody to land on me. Thankful that I got this thick fleece on. My back's got a lot of scars from cats.
Oh, well, where's the violin?
I still have a scratch out from here from Nakia, though. It's pretty faded now. The other day, a week or two ago, it's like I got like sliced here, on the back of a knuckle.
That was from Ruthie, right?
I don't recall, but that's almost always all the way healed.
Alice, that's funny, right?
No birdies.
My good friend Rebecca is a personal organizer, and she actually came over and, as a wedding gift, helped us with the kitchen and her house. Because I'm in it when we do cat sitting, and her house is just perfectly organized all the time. I like to keep up on things. They're like my like underwear drawer is like everything's just thrown in there, right? Like I don't have that perfectly organized.
I'm actually doing better.
Yes, you do better than that with.
I have a sock side that they're usually stacked. I got an underwear side that they're usually stacked.
Yeah, but I do have everything has a place in my mind, and so it might not be like the most perfectly like.
It's the same system, except for mine's just a little bit more looser.
You do not have the same system here.
Yeah, everything should be in the like a broad area. It's a joke.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Susan, we totally missed that, which is not surprising. Susan saw the bee situation happening.
Harley still gets along with everybody.
Oh,
everybody
her,
still gets
Penny.
along. Everybody gets along with her. Her and Penny get into wrestling matches in the early morning.
Yeah, only up until about a year and a half ago did I learn about like the Container Store, like the plastic dividers and stuff. Like I didn't even know any of that existed. And I'm like, ooh, I love that stuff.
Shelley explained a couple of times the story behind the mismatched socks is that she just grabs. It's as simple as that. She grabs two of them out of the drawer and doesn't look, and now she is like it's her trademark now. So now she can't. So it's very rare that you see her with matching socks. And that's usually how you could tell if it was Shelley or somebody else in there because you could see the socks and if they matched or not.
Yeah, see, Alice, I love that. For every one thing that comes in, you throw two new things. You throw two things out. I use the philosophy: if I haven't used it in a year, it's getting tossed. John, not so much. He's gotten a lot better. We watched that Hoarders show a long time ago, and that's scary. Like
Yeah.
that is. Look at the bird. He's got it all to himself.
The early bird gets the feeder. The prime spots. Looks like somebody came through and ate a banana. Probably a bat. If you go to Alan Bird Cam, you can search for Alan Bird Cam
Oh my God,
on
she just
YouTube.
spit.
And you can see the South African cam. It's just north of Johannesburg.
Look at Penny. Can you see Penny?
Yeah.
She's so funny.
You can see her paws. The white paws.
Yeah, you can't really see her on the cam.
Yeah, that's my issue, Catherine. It's like, usually when I finally do toss something, I need it like 2 days later, even if something I hadn't used in 10 years.
No, I can't stand to be in a cluttered. I was having a hard time working when John and I were sharing that little space because he was blocking my like feng shui, and so I was like, I just felt pretty locked in.
She's like, I love having you so close to me, but I don't like having you so close to me.
Yeah, it was nice, but it was nicer. We need you back in.
And it was like, I was happy to be back in my office too, because it's a lot of distractions. You know, I get in the zone with work or something, and I still have some distractions because the cats will come charging in or playing, but not nearly as much. Cause I could see it pretty much the whole room and before.
And then you'd be like, look at them playing. I go see if Nikia wants to come up.
Because even though they could come in my office, I'm still staring at a corner of the room. Let me see.
Yeah, so also I set up a date for John with my, and he's so funny because, where are you going?
Looking for Nakia.
I said I was gonna go down. She's in the laundry room. Anyway, I was saying he needs to interact with more people than just me. And so him and my best friend's husband get along. So Danielle and I are going to be meeting on Tuesday. So I was like, I'll just make an appointment for you and Chris at the same time. And he's like, what are we going to talk about? Like, even he gets on the phone with his parents and he's like, I don't know what to say. It's good. Like, we need to be able to figure out, like, and see each other, like, have our own friends and stuff. It's healthy. Nope, the screen store's still there in the office. We started doing puzzles. Are you watching the birdies with me? Yep, the big one's Trillian. This little snowshoe here. She bullies Ruthie and Ruthie's scared of her. Get it, get it, get it. We watched a weird movie last night. What was it? Outside the Lines, I think it was. Yep, Trillian has, do the cats mess with the puzzle pieces? Yes. Harley likes to pick them up and then try to run off with them. And here's Nakia. Who's your pretty girly, huh? You was a pretty girl. I don't think you're on camera, girl. Oh yeah, we started watching WandaVision. What do you think about that? You ghosties, you totally have to watch Zoe. I haven't watched this week's, which would be, oh, I should have done that tonight. Oh, it's so good. Last week's was so good. Nakia's starting to get really attached to me. Oops. Can't tell right there, but. Did you bring Libby up? Or you have Dorian? Oh, there's the big boy.
Libby's still a cubby baby.
Okay, she's gonna trip you. Eddie's in the, you wanna go to Eddie's in that bedroom? I'll go get Eddie.
I figured we'd let the cat delusion thin out a little bit.
No spoilers on Wanda. Okay, we won't. Yeah, we're same here, Lizzie, with the plot.
It's like, there's not much to the TV series Wanda. It's just, they say in the description, it's just paying homage to TV shows over the generations. It seems to there seems to be a subplot coming out, but so far there's not much to it.
Yeah, you have to watch Zoe with good audio. Hey, buddy, no food in here. Sorry. Sorry. Show everyone how you like to play.
Dorian doesn't move much anymore, though he surprises occasionally. He's been living downstairs because stairs are hard for him now, but now all of a sudden he's going up and down. This patch right here is where he had a benign mast cell tumor removed.
Look at the Penny going after. He says, That goes on my heater pad, Mom.
If there's food involved, he gets the truck, and same with Eddie. Or Eddie, you open up the front door, Eddie's like, meow. The white whale can get pretty fast.
Penny's banging around.
I just started watching the TV adaptation of Stephen King's The Stand. I'm only one episode in, but it's pretty good. And I also just started season 3 of Cobra Kai. I really liked the first season. The second season was so-so. I haven't seen enough of third season to make a judgment call. Yep, you can have as many cats as you can care for. Like, we have a fairly large house, like 2,400 square feet, 2 floors. So there's plenty of room. And we did a count of cat beds and cat towers. It's a lot.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have that out in the next week or so.
I think, what was it, 24 towers?
It's 27. It was like 3.1 per cat or something. Yes, there's city limits. Like in Bellevue, you're not supposed to have any more than 3 cats.
There's no limit in my area. I've checked. There used to be, but they dropped it.
Unincorporated Snuggling.
There used to be.
There was a fire in Everett Mall at the grocery outlet store.
Like when I bought this house in 2003, if you had more than 7 cats, you had to get a cattery license.
Penny, what you doing? We think Penny might have lost some weight. Did I include the, yes, we included the towers in the kitten room too. Bye, Eddie. Yeah, and when I was moving here from Georgia, I had 5 cats. And I couldn't come and look around before I moved. So I was calling everywhere, and everyone's like, nope, no more than 2 cats, no more than 2 cats. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, I couldn't afford to buy anything up here. So I ended up calling this one complex, just randomly. And it was in my price range. It was 1.5 miles from the hotel I was going to. And I was like, how many cats do you allow? She's like, I don't care. And I was like, I sent my money the next day, sight unseen. Ruthie, be a good girlie. And
You can grab beads so she can go up there.
Anyway, it turned up being the place I ended up living for
and
12 years, and then managing. So, but man, was I stressed because every place said no more than 2.
Here comes Dave. Mommy. You got the towel?
No, I hadn't heard that story about the weed.
It's all clear, girl.
I lived in Columbus, Georgia. Right close to the base. Shoot. I should know the name of the base. Anyway, yeah. So it was in the very south, border of Alabama. So 20 minutes away was the central time zone.
Yeah, if the cat puked up his weed on the officer's shoes, I'm pretty sure they arrested him. Because for one thing, the officer's pretty annoyed that his shoes are dirty, and he literally poisoned the cat. BB.
Oh, Gwinnett. Yeah, I used to go up to Gwinnett County quite a bit. Okay. backyard breeders, and I'd also imagine for like the neighbor situation, right? Oh, let's get Libby. She's gonna hate it.
We really had no intention of adopting Harley, but once she got mixed up in her own cats, and we saw just how well she got along with everybody, especially Penny. Penny needed a playmate that plays as hard as she does, and they were. And seeing how cat savvy she was to the other cats, it was really amazing. If we waited for another cat to come along that was as good as she was, we could have been waiting for a very long time. I mean, Harley and her brothers are like the most ideal cats I've ever seen to be adopted into an existing cat household.
No, Harley, or no, you mean
Harley and her brothers.
But the brothers went home together.
Yeah, I know. But they would have also been
Sorry,
fine
that
without
was
cats.
my bed. That was my bed. Sorry.
Yeah, Penny did adopt Harley.
Libby. Yeah, Libby, nice.
Libby's like, oh man, I thought you took him away. When I brought him upstairs.
She jumped when I went down. She jumped right out of her tent. So I was like, okay. Bee's following Ruthie. So I don't know. Do you want to check while I go?
Well, no, if they cause problems.
Right. My pretty girly. She's on Serenia now every other day, which is kind of a bummer. But she's gained weight.
She was throwing up. She needed to gain weight.
Yeah. And, I mean, she's fluffy, but she...
Dorian's on blood pressure medicine, antacid, gabapentin, and a very light dose of steroids. You get some every day, some every other day. Harley would be very happy if she was on a prescription ricotta diet.
You watching me? Look, she's pulling at her tail.
Watching. Yeah, Harley loves tails. No tail is sacred to her. Dorian really likes Jess.
Yeah.
Much to her regret, because she's like trying to play with all the cats, and he's coming and bulldozing her.
He sits there and he just sort of rubs all up and down. Be a good girly. Uh-oh, there's a problem.
I think Dorian is deaf in one ear. Because he can definitely hear. He hears food bowls. But if you make a noise and he wakes up, he doesn't know how to track to find you. Yeah. I think Sphinx are pretty awesome cats. I would actually really like them. I've had a long desire to foster a litter of Sphinx kittens because everybody comments about how ugly they are. I'm like, no, they're not. Once you see them grow up, you'll change your tune.
He's a pretty girly. B. Did you see her?
Nope.
On the bed?
Nope. I can't see.
Libby. Libby's our sweet little, what's that? Little girly. My little girl.
How rude. It's like cat politics. It's not rude. I'm just reading, checking out his identification tag.
He's a pretty girl. Ooh, the birdies are really coming alive.
Alan Birdcam on .com or on YouTube is a really great cam to pull up at night because they're located in South Africa, just north of Johannesburg. And it's like when you're home, you can pull it up for your cats. Though I recommend that if you have a TV that's fragile or something like that, Test it with your cats first if you never used one before. Because the Turkey Boy Fosters, we showed them the bird cam, and they all made a jump for it. When I first set up my 75-inch TV in the living room, I had it on the floor, and I showed Penny, and then I had to dive for the remote to stop it because Penny was about to pounce right through the TV.
You gonna leave us? I can leave. She says, I think so. Bye, livers.
Too many cats. Too close to her.
She didn't go that far. She's outside the room. Something smells. She's checking it out. Nikia's hiding. Nikia is right here.
Yeah, I can see her paw.
Libby.
Actually, that wasn't her paw. It's a toy. It's a purple toy. But I can see her ear tip.
Yeah, night bats and stuff. That's super cool.
In the middle of the day, that feeder gets really active. I think there's they talk about something like 40 different species of birds and non-birds.
Dorian and Libby just went back downstairs.
Here's the laser pen over there.
I don't see it.
Thought I saw it earlier.
Mm-mm. Oh, has everyone seen that show Lupin on Netflix? Just came out? No, did it just come out?
It's.
Oh,
I think so.
is it on the?
I think it's recent.
Anyway, we're thinking about watching that, and then we watched Carbon. What?
We watched season 1 of Carbon.
Carbon something though.
Yeah, something that started with Carbon.
Rufy,
I just now
Come
remember
on.
what it was actually about.
come on in. No, Rufy, come on. Okay, Nikia's right there, so I'll go by her. Come on, over here. Good girl. Hard to believe there's only like a week and a half left of January.
What was the movie last night? Outside the Wire?
Yeah, Outside the Wire.
That was good, and then kind of weird.
Yeah.
I think I liked it. Just was.
It's okay.
The ending was a little bit of a stretch.
The whole thing was a little bit of a stretch. I kind of got the plot before you did, so. You gotta work out that regatta cheese girl. So she now will go in the sink.
I haven't heard of Justified.
What's that?
Yeah, Lupin is on Netflix. Outside the Wire is also on Netflix. Altered Carbon, that's the one we watched. I think that's the one where they were able to shift bodies.
Yeah, what is it called?
Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon. Nakia! Boy, I'm sleepy. Penny, you're so cute. So apparently Rachel still's gonna have a lot to talk about. And then Trevor Noah, last night I felt like he was still hooked on the past administration. And then John pointed out, well, you might not have any more material anymore. I was like, oh god, I don't know what these late night comedians will do.
The Umbrella Academy was pretty good.
Yeah, that was amazing. Harley's song, Regatta. You gotta have some regatta. I love it. Catherine, okay, be nice to him. He's an old man.
I like Lost in Space, the new Netflix series. Where are you going, Harley? Probably trying to walk off with it.
Harley likes to bring it to the litter box to play with in the litter box. Oh, so fun.
Chris and I liked Another Life on Netflix, though it's kind of a little hard to follow sometimes.
Well, I haven't watched Twin Peaks. I've heard really great things about it.
Twin Peaks, the original one?
Yeah, I don't think there's any more.
I think they had a remake. I've seen the original one when it came out. That's why North Bend was so popular. That's where it's based out of, the story.
Yeah, so late show, night show. No, I have, wait. Are you talking Ghosties? Are you talking to me about, Twin Peaks?
No, The Lost in Space with the new season on Netflix.
Ouch, you're biting me.
Yeah, the second season's been out for a little bit, and third season is in the works, and it'll be the final season.
What's Big Sissy doing, huh? She acting crazy? They're two peas in a pod. They gotta do everything together. Look at this here. Well, it was like, Twin Peaks is like 20 years ago. I've only lived here since 2007. Okay, dear. I guess we'll have to watch it.
That's 13 years ago.
Yeah, but Twin Peaks was like longer than that. You didn't get it so far?
It's hard to follow. It's kind of like a series where it's like the last season of Lost, where you had no idea what the hell was going on until the final episode when they explained it to you. Then it all made sense. Kinda.
Yeah, that's why I lost, kind of.
Well, I think the seasons before that were really good.
Before what?
Before the last season.
Oh.
And now that I've seen, understand what's going on in the last season, it makes kind of sense.
Yeah, Blacklist got old. I didn't like Blacklist.
Let me see. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, Twin Peaks. There's a diner in North Bend that sells logs because of Twin Peaks. Yeah, there's a 2017 remake.
John tried to get me to watch Lost.
1990.
Fargo. I don't know about Fargo either. Dear, something happened. Oh, look. Something happened. Ruthie was watching, and then the next thing it was. Whoop.
Oh, it went back.
Oh.
They swung the feeder out to
okay.
refill it.
Is that live? That's live now.
I believe so. 55. Yeah, that's live.
But they didn't add anything really.
And that side's full and it's got.
Ruthie's way into it. Fargo was the best show on TV, huh?
She couldn't get into Babylon 5 either.
Yeah. We watch that, I don't watch that many romantic shows anymore. He's taking it away again. We watched, The Heart of Dixie. He got into that. Right now I've got a couple of shows. What are we watching? Bite and Sleep? Nope. Don't bite. Nope, I repeated that. Whoops. Harley's behind you, dear. Did you get a little sassy? Did you get a little sassy? Someone? She says, no, I got overstimulated because you were doing so much petting. Oh my god, the burning means? Yeah. No, the ones with the cats on his lap are the best.
What's on the screen? That's the Alan Bird Cam. You can go to alanbirdcam.com or search for Alan Bird Cam on YouTube.
They're in South Africa and they have great birds. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Pokey pokes. It was really, it was interesting watching and listening to Dr. Fauci today about the variants and which ones to watch for. He said the one in South Africa is one of the ones that we really want to watch and keep an eye on. We still have gone to the store this week. We last week talked about getting it curbside, but we haven't done that yet.
Yes, it's like there's a new variant of the virus that's been dubbed an African strain. That's where the first case of that particular version was found. But it's like listening to Dr. Fauci today during the press conference. They're hoping for herd, trying to approach herd immunity by vaccination by this fall. And it's like they also discovered that from the previous administration, there is no virus distribution plan. So they're having to create that from scratch. They couldn't, enhance what was already there because there wasn't one. It might have been just somebody making phone calls.
Oh, there's bears. You can watch bears at a park. Yeah, so they said today that there was two variants that they're keeping an eye on, or 2 or 3 or something.
But just another thing to keep in mind is like the vaccines that go out are targeting specific versions of the virus, but they also provide protections against the variants. They target. You can think of it as like a 80% or 90% effectively against one version, but 80% effectively against another version. You're still going to be protected.
Oh, Nick family, I'm sorry to hear about that. I'm glad they are doing okay. So, fresh news, where are you located? Yeah, I mean, obviously the U.S. it's no secret. We did not handle this well. So, I mean, I think we're a mess.
Yeah, so we're basically, fortunately, we're starting at ground zero. So we got a lot of, the United States has a lot of work to be done to ramp up to that schedule that Biden has mandated. So
yeah. And Australia. So we have another Australian with us. Welcome.
so far from what I hear, the different strains are only different in how infectious they are.
Yeah, living in DC, how were those fireworks last night live? I mean, God, they were gorgeous on TV, but I have a couple of friends that live in DC, and I was wondering how you guys were affected. Poor cats. Good God, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you guys in DC managed to get statehood, because not being able to call the National Guard when needed.
Yeah, I think it will come. I just don't know if it's not going to be the first thing on the agenda. Yeah. I mean, there's a long list of
yeah, this is a 4-year term to try. So they're also mentioning that if DC gets it, they're going to try to get Puerto Rico too.
What are they in it?
Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
I thought you were talking about a person.
So, yeah, some of these words come out weird.
That's okay. The Amanda, who did the amazing poem yesterday, she couldn't say
Oh yeah.
ours.
Yeah, it's like she was talking in an interview with that when she was younger, any word that had the R in it, she couldn't say it. It would just come out as nothing.
I listened to the NPR interview that she did the day before she blew up, and it was what's really fun about listening to that one and then listening to her yesterday on CNN with Anderson Cooper. She was still totally the same person. Like, she's rock solid, and like as far as I think she got over 1 million Instagram followers in one day from after the inauguration, and she was still like level-headed and yeah, voting rights. Oh, don't get me started on there's a long list of like what's next. Confirmations are good. Let's start there.
I mean, it's like Wisconsin has a lot of work ahead of them. It's like learning recently that the whole problem with Flint and their water system is that democracy really did not exist in Wisconsin, and it could have shown what would happen to the nation as a whole if certain things continued on. Pretty much the governor there wrote into their state constitution that they could declare an emergency anywhere for any reason, and he could put his person in charge, and who could override anyone. So if he appoints somebody in charge of a city such as Flint, the mayor has no power. And the mayor could say, "I want to do this," and then this emergency act guy could say, "No, you can't." And the mayor's hands are tied. So democracy did not exist in Wisconsin for a long time.
It was Michigan.
Michigan. And now that governor is coming under charges for it, along with several other people, including the guy that was in charge of the city that replaced the mayor. So it's like in that state, your vote really did not matter there because of that.
Going back to Amanda, though, I will say that it wasn't just the poem for me yesterday. It was her demeanor and how she presented it, and how calm and confident she was. But then the words had a lot of meanings to me as well. But I cannot believe she's 22. And we were just watching Rachel Maddow, and they were saying how charges today that the woman that stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop was 22, and it's a night and day, like, of these two people, and their age is the same, but the way they operate and everything, it's just amazing. Yeah, she spoke with her words. I mean, her face was gorgeous. I think she was perspiring a little bit, but she also had makeup on there that made her like glisten a little bit, and I was just mesmerized by like the sparkles coming off of her.
Yeah, she totally stole the show, the whole inauguration.
Yeah. Chicken fish. But yeah, my friend Kayla bought, my friend and Rebecca and I pre-ordered her. Kayla pre-ordered that book for all three of us. Her book of poems that's coming out September 21st. And so, like, in hours of the inauguration, she was #1. Her books were #1 and #2 on Amazon. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's such a beautiful story. She literally stole the show yesterday, and she deserves everything that she's getting. It was just gorgeous. The whole thing. It was just. I can't even imagine having that ability to use words in such a way that are that beautiful. Never mind at like 46, I can't even talk like that in front of like a large crowd, you know? Oh, Penny is the cutest in the house. She has the cutest. Is that who you were talking about, Nick family? Penny, this little girl right here. She's the cutest.
never in the morning. I still have to put her in the bathroom because she'll wolf her food down and then go hunting around for everybody else's food and then move in on them slowly. As soon as they show any sign that they're done, she swoops in. Like I saw her tonight, she got a hold of someone else's food bowl that still had food in it, and it looked like somebody. She just kind of like opened up her mouth and just like dragged it along the side of the bowl like an excavator. If we haven't heard yet, we're between fosters right now. We plan to foster again, but we got a lot of things, life issues going on. Like, along with a lot of people in the nation, I got 30 days notice on the 15th, so now I'm trying to find a new job. And so once things stabilize here, then we'll start fostering again. But in the meantime, we still want to have a connection between us and you, so we'll continue trying to do these chats for an hour or two every Friday. Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific.
This is a highlight of our week, so we thank you for being part of it. Yes, okay, so yeah, Harley's pretty darn cute too. Yeah, I agree, Ghosties, we definitely have to do, hey, Penny, that wasn't nice. You have better manners than that. Penny Pen?
She used to be up for adoption, but we adopted her.
Penny, back up. You're upsetting Nakia. Come on, good girl. So, yeah, Harley's pretty darn cute. We do need to do food puzzles with her. She has really taken to clicker training. She does hunt the house. I think John just told you that, right?
Yeah. Looking for more food bowls.
But we do need to. We have a food puzzle in here. We have one, so we should probably get the links that you got. Ghosties. I have never really understood poetry. It's not that I've never liked it. I've just never really understood it. God, it was just what I loved about yesterday was that she was speaking a language we could understand. Like sometimes poems are a little above my head, right? It wasn't.
And the metaphors.
Yeah. Now, Lizzie, are you on school vacation right now? Oh, I love that you guys are putting poems in there, like Maya Angelou. Oh, Kimberly, you write it? See, that's amazing. I'm in the middle of taking 2 writing classes, and I'm in like week 2 of one of them. And she has us doing like these free writing exercises. So you like supposed to cover your screen and pick a noun from a book or a magazine and just write about that noun. And you're supposed to write even if you're supposed to keep typing, oh, I have nothing to say. What do I say about, a box or whatever. Bro, it was super liberating. And she talks about writing, taking it into like steps, like 5 different steps, like just free flowing on your page and not worrying about rules and spelling and then going back and looking at all of that. So that's kind of what it's been liberating.
Who's that up there?
It's Ruthie.
I did not even see her go up there.
I put her up there. No, she went right past you because Nakia was over there. I was once a cat mom named Jess. I love it.
Who had a cow
4
kitty?
a.m.
Who had a cow kitty named Bess?
Where are you at that it's 4 a.m.? Is that the UK? Yeah, it must be the UK.
Yeah, they're 8 hours ahead of us.
4 more days, Lizzie, of freedom. I hope you enjoy them. Oh, poetry and writing for me is totally an art. Not miss. Dress, best, blessed.
I didn't have COD, so it might have been an issue at one of their distribution centers. Oh, the key here is the birds. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Scotland,
8,
you're in
9
Scotland.
birds.
Must
Going
be
out in
gorgeous
bird
there.
cage.
Oh, you saw the movie Soul? Is someone coffee?
Yeah, the opening to 1984 Wonder Woman, I thought it was okay. It was like I couldn't unsee her jumps looking like they were on a crane
Yeah.
and harness, but the opening was pretty good. Oh, when she was a little girl, that was good.
Oh yeah, BB Fuel likes Soul, I think.
Yeah,
John loves Soul.
Soul was really good. It made me laugh.
I don't. For me, it was good, but John was just absolutely in love with it. He like spent hours after researching and looking up all the meetings because it has a lot of meetings and stuff to it. Oh, give me hugs and kisses.
Yeah, went out to IMDb and looked up at the trivia and the goofs.
He's a pretty girly. Here's Mama's girl. Here's Mama girl. So Harley likes to go under our platform bed. There's like a little, and that's where she was before we started on this. She was taking her evening nap after eating. Anyway, I'm pretty sure shortly she won't be able to get back there because none of the other there's lots of cats that are, Penny has tried a ton to get back under there and has not been able to do it. And each time Harley comes out, she struggles. So at one point, she's going to be stuck and John's going to have to fish her out.
I'll just throw it back. I'll just put some ricotta cheese just out of reach, and she will fit through somehow. COD on the other bird cam.
Now I have a friend that lives in Ambleside up in northern England, and they are going through the same weather as you guys up there in Scotland because it's not very far from the border. Must be nice though. I would love to live in the mountains right now and just be able to walk. Like I would love it to just be part of your natural everyday. You walk to the store, which is what I did last year when I was in England. You don't drive everywhere, and it's just gorgeous. Yeah, we're still kind of in a semi-lockdown.
Nice, Nick.
Oh wow. Where you going?
It's like they relaxed the restaurant restrictions a little bit so that if restaurants have, there's like some breweries and restaurants that have large sliding doors or windows that opened up can basically turn the inside, basically extends the outside in. So there's some that abuse that because they'll open up one window on one side but leave the others closed. As far as us and plants, we don't have any plants indoors. The closest thing to plants we have is catnip, and it's in a box.
So also gyms have opened here. Get it, Penny, get it. See, Ruthie's a good girl. She likes to mind her own P's and Q's. Hi, Johnny Ann. We were just talking about the
Hey, pet services.
That's Johnny Ann. We were just talking about the fireworks last night. Were you guys deaf from it?
Harley still doesn't really walk anywhere. She likes to run, especially if I'm moving between floors. She charges ahead of me, then turns around and charges back up. Especially if she just got fed, because then she knows there's other food bowls around, so she's covering the entire house as fast as she can.
She likes to trip us.
Wow.
Oh, it was unexpected.
2,000 guests at New Year's Eve party? Oof.
They're in Australia. They don't have any cases there.
Oh.
So wait, the fireworks were unexpected for you guys in DC? You didn't get any heads up on that?
The reason why the names are blue in chat is those are moderators. They're people that moderate the chat, delete inappropriate messages and the like. They're nice people, be nice to them. One of the rules I have is you don't be mean to my moderators, because that's a good way to be out. It's a thank only job because they don't get paid for it. They do it because they love the Fosters and they want to make the channel a better place.
Can't imagine. So it's so weird to think of like DC having like a green zone. I was wondering how that works for like residents that live in that area. Like, do they have to show their ID to get there? Joanne, she says we were focused on other possible fireworks. I guess that's a good point. It's not funny. It's funny now because it was a good day. But
She could barely fit underneath there. She had you should have seen that. It was like
yep, I see it.
Your feet were going like
Yep, I see it. Wow, I'm really glad it was a good day yesterday too.
Last I heard, they still haven't found the guy that put the
Pipe bomb.
Yeah, all the bombs in place. I don't know, that vehicle that had all the explosives in it.
They upped it to 75,000. Yeah, I was surprised, but it made sense to hear that the vice president hasn't moved into her new home yet, which is not a big deal for her, I would imagine. Okay, so you don't have to do that area anymore. That's good. Because I wouldn't have wanted, yeah, that would have been a nightmare. Glad you didn't have to deal with that. Nikia.
I'm wondering if they're going to keep the U.S. Space Force under the new administration. Okay,
so we don't know where Madam Vice President Harris is staying right now, which is none of our business.
Well, no, they had to do repairs to that building.
Yeah. No, I know, but she was basically saying, Johnny was saying that she has a house in DC, which you and I knew about. We talked about last night, but there's no word if she's actually staying there. Because I wonder if the Secret Service could, be able to handle all where she stays and everything. And that might
I
be.
probably think that she wouldn't, because it would be too known.
Yeah. She did. I saw on her Instagram account today. She did a bunch of more swearing-ins. John thought Tom Hanks looked like he was super stiff, and I think it was because he was cold.
It was just like when he moved, his whole body was rigid.
We didn't really get to see it. We only saw like the last 20 minutes because we had to go out and get my car from the shop. Again.
And we had to fix her window because it kept wanting to raise itself up, but real stuttery. And once she got the car back from that, her heated seat no longer worked right.
Yep.
And the switch went bad on that. Fortunately, both were covered. It was just an inconvenience of driving to Bellevue and back 4 times. Well, Kirkland.
Yeah. So apparently she's not at the Naval Observatory yet because they're doing repairs. And I guess the Secret Service has a huge office at the VP mansion, but she's not there, so we were curious. But could you imagine that's what I was thinking about all last night, never have been into the observatory mansion, or VP mansion, or naval, whatever it's called, house, because they didn't do that normal exchange, and then all of a sudden you had this big long day, and you were in this new home and new job and everything. So I'm curious to know how that's going. And then I really liked how they did the virtual inauguration. I felt like it was so much better than the 12-inch balls that they do. I wonder I'm sure they'll go back to it, but could you imagine being Barack Obama in his first year was exhausted from the 12 inaugural balls that he did. Dr. Biden's awesome. Piano girl, maybe Mr. Hank's long johns were scratchy. Oh, she keeps saying to the Blair house. Oh, that's true. There's a good part. So John Ann says good part is Joe Biden had lived there and had to be helpful. Definitely a quieter night for them. I don't know. I didn't miss the big parade. I didn't miss all of that. It was just sometimes the day gets overwhelming. I'm glad they went right to work.
You were asleep.
I was listening, dear. He turned the TV off on me, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
You were asleep.
I
was listening. No, you weren't.
Yeah. Or how about at 6:30 in the morning, he's reading Facebook posts to me that are 4 days old. Oh, it's Betty White's 99th birthday, and I was like, "Shh! I'm trying to watch the inauguration. I don't care about 4 days old news."
It was a boring part.
I still didn't care. Yeah, so Amanda's poem was amazing. We just had a long talk about that actually about 10 minutes ago. You missed it. I did listen to the NPR article though that you posted, John Ann. And then John was making fun of me when I was freaking out over Michelle Obama.
I wasn't making fun of you.
You were like, "Whoa, you're starstruck. You're losing it."
I didn't say you were losing it.
Oh.
You were starstruck.
Oh my God, how could you not be? When she first stepped out of the car, I was like, "What?" I was
starstruck,
blown away. She just I'm sorry, but the Obama, they just have that whole era of era about them of stardom. They were just their presence is just mind blowing to me. Of gorgeous. And what a difference from 4 years ago when she had her hair, she could barely get ready. She had her hair pulled up, barely any makeup, and she had that scowl on the whole day.
Well, Linda, my plans for future fosters is that, well, right now I'm looking for a new job. So once the home situation stabilizes a bit, we plan on fostering again for perfect pals.
Oh, Kimberly, her book was amazing. I listen. It's better to listen to it because Michelle actually is reads it to you, and it's like having a conversation with her. And then I had the privilege of seeing her live on her book tour, and I mean, I was bawling the entire night. Like, it was just amazing. She's so amazing.
Yeah, I am extremely fortunate that my job can be done remotely. In fact, my job was remote for a year or two before the pandemic hit.
Oh, yeah, I'll never get over Michelle's outfit. I really won't. And then of course I was crying while Vice President Harris took the oath. How could you not? They totally look like superheroes. And then, have you seen the picture? It looks like a rainbow where they have it sliced, all of them together in their coats and their powerful colors.
I think they had some sort of coordination where they was like, oh, where they decided what colors they were going to wear.
They don't typically coordinate that. They just don't. It's not,
Well, it's really well picked otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, all of them had different designers. Every single one of them.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's like they just picked a color and then had their own designer.
No, I don't think so. So the purple means most of them were wearing purple or some form of purple, and that's a royalty. So there was like 5 of them, like Laura Bush, Hillary Clinton, Vice President Harris, and then Michelle. They were all wearing some form of purple, which is royalty and unity and, bipartisan. Oh, totally modern day royalty. I mean, I was just like, I will never get over how they looked. Such brilliant people. You think they did too? Johnny, you think that they coordinated all that? Was B in with us? Yes, B was in with us causing trouble.
They all were in here at some point during the night.
All right, so John Ann agrees with you, dear, so I'll have to agree with you then.
You don't have to agree with me. You can have a dissenting agreement.
I can, but John Ann said you're right, so I got it. Now then I'll
It's just that the odds of it happening naturally would be pretty slim.
Well, Lizzie thinks that Vice President Harris and First Lady Jill did talk about it, Dr. Biden. Okay, BB says too. All right, you guys are right.
It's also, somebody was bound to put 2 and 2 together and see the spectrum there and the rainbow it created.
It was gorgeous.
And it's like they all, they all said a statement.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. That was probably besides Michelle and then Amanda, those were obviously my 2 highlights, and then their outfits. And of course the little girls, the grandnieces are super cute. I'm in awe of the women. Like, if you think about it, Mina Harris, who's her niece, right? Brilliant lawyer. And then if you look at his Biden's granddaughters, one of them is a lawyer, 2 of them are going to the University of Pennsylvania or Pennsylvania University or something like that. I mean, it's so women-focused, driven family. It's pretty impressive. Well, Michelle, J-Lo was wearing her white outfit for suffrage, for sure. Oh, yes. John Ann agrees with you, Ghosty. The black woman firefighter from Georgia who did the pledge, and then she signed it, yeah. Oh, Lady Gaga. Yeah, I was like, why is she wearing that? That's ridiculous. Like carrying it, and then you got to see her from above, like how they came above, and I was like, oh, that's why. I felt like the outfit was a little over the top at first, but then the drama and it just said
and
the
this
drama.
was Lady Gaga. So.
Yes, true.
I immediately made the connection between the Hunger Games and her outfit. And evidently, a lot of other people did too.
Penny, where you going? Penny, Penny, come here.
I'm starting to get a headache.
All right, well, we can head out.
Yeah, it's like we didn't get much sleep last night because we got up at 6 a.m. to watch the inauguration because we're 3 hours behind them, and I did not get much quality sleep last night, so I'm tired.
Yeah. I could talk about yesterday all night long, though. I could. I really did. Who is this? Who saw?
Remember, that's the one. I'm trying to remember. Delenn? Did she play Delenn, the character Delenn?
Oh, Kimberly. Yeah, I woke up today.
Hey, Annie. And she played a very powerful character in the series. Some of her scenes were like, gave me
Wait,
chills.
Babylon 5 has had multiple people die out of it? Who? What's
Die?
Actors. Oh, really?
Actors died.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Good night, Luna. Stay safe as well. I think we're gonna head out in a few minutes too. Yeah. I am so loving the press briefings back. I mean, like I watched the whole hour today of it, and I love Jen. I just love her presence, and it's just so fabulous to see all these women. I didn't think I would like. I knew it was missing, but I didn't think it was missing to the point that I would be like so infatuated with having all these women like being front and center. Like I didn't realize how much I'm needed it.
It was nice to see a press conference that wasn't inherently hostile. I did get a bit of a kick out of watching the press secretary's face when there was obviously a Republican reporter in there who rattled off a long string of questions, and you could just see her trying to keep a polite, neutral face and having difficulty with it.
Penny, I love you.
Because, not Republican, I should say GOP.
No, we don't know. I have no idea what news station he was from, to be honest with you, because he's the same guy that asked Fauci, "How are you feeling in this new administration?" He was, yeah. So I don't know. His name was Mike something. My mom even stayed up last night and watched the inauguration party. Yeah, the giggly Dr. Fauci. Yeah, it's just, yeah, he's cute. Yeah, I'll be watching at 4, well, it's 1 o'clock here each day. Rufy? She's chewing up there. Hello. What's your baby girl? Wait, I think the tap's the most, oh, giggly. Yeah, Piano Girl, you totally gotta watch the Fauci's 10 minutes. I'm sure it's all over the news, actually. Because that was like, as soon as it was over, that's all the networks were focusing on, his comments.
Yeah, and the guy thought Fauci was joking, and he's like, I was serious. I forget exactly what Fauci said.
It was about how he felt relieved. Yeah. Oh, the death of Mira is not accurate. Well,
Oh, good. I'm glad that she's okay. The actress who played Delenn in Babylon 5 is not dead.
That's good.
It was posted by JMS. That's the guy who created and wrote Babylon 5. He wrote most of the episodes. So, okay,
Well, we have
so,
a couple of
yeah.
projects where we're. Oh, sorry.
I was just deciding where Ghosty said for people watching later. Looks like Mara might still be. But it's like some people say she's dead. Some people say she's not. So we'll see. Penny looks like. I think the cats have all checked out too. Only got 2 left in here, and Penny's like, I'm tired.
Penny's like, I'll go where Mom goes, and Ruthie's like, I'm cleaning my butt. So we're working on a couple of videos right now. One is scooping all 10 litters. John has a funny video that he's working on, right, dear?
Yeah, the time lapse of scooping all the boxes, or I should say hyperlapse.
And then I'm pretty much finished with Harley's clicker training video of her doing touch. So that will be out. And then super behind on getting posts ready for more litter stuff, but we're working on it. We're getting there. Or I am, at least.
Yeah, I love Jerry Doyle's character who played the head of security.
Oh,
He was a
did you
trip
just
throughout. What'd she do?
It went down her throat. She bit into the choked herself or gagged herself.
I think Jerry Doyle's passed. I know the guy who played Jakar has passed. The guy who played the doctor has passed. I think the guy who played the head of PsyOps, who played Chekhov on Star Trek, has passed.
I'm trying Johnny on with the clicker training. Harley's been a great student, actually. So, and John's really good at helping me videotape. It's just a complicated subject. But I will say I'm working with one client, and her cat has now done touch and sit. And so she's been sending videos and is really excited about that. Still just trying to find my voice and what I'm going to do with consulting and stuff.
I think Bill Munn is still alive. So, JMS recently came out with why Sinclair left season 1, because it was a tight-lipped secret that nobody knew about except for JMS until just recently that he was suffering from dementia. And he could barely do the last episode that he was in.
It's also hard staying focused right now. It's like this week was hard to focus because of the excitement from yesterday for me, and spoofs and spoofs like pregnancy kit. Don't even get me started on that, Alice.
Yeah, I'm becoming pretty somewhat adept at Adobe Premiere.
Just said.
I think this next video with scooping the litters will make you laugh.
Yeah, John does great videos, but he has other things to prioritize. So he ends up doing me a favor with them. And he just does a really good job, but it's not his priority. Or it shouldn't be. He got one of his pieces of furniture in today, though.
Yeah, a new bookcase that goes along with my new desk in the office. It looks like an Egyptian pigeon.
They have Egyptian pigeons?
I don't know. It looks like a pigeon, but it's got the eye mask.
Interesting.
Hi, Anna.
Oh, when do I need the photo for the litter box? Whenever you can get it to me, Ghosties, that would be great. Not urgent. Only you could make Catherine. Only you could make litter boxes more fun. So we're gonna be changing over to a blog form on our website, and we're gonna call it litter box. Well, first we were gonna just have John do a written litter blog, but then looking at the options, it's better to put just to make everything in a blog. But we were first gonna call it John's litter box, where he dumps his thoughts, something like that. All things litter. Pregnancy? Did I say Oh, you said presidency. I heard pregnancy.
No, I think she said pregnancy.
Okay.
Yeah,
ladies.
it was definitely pregnancy.
Okay. Because I'm not. I can sometimes read words wrong, and I was like, "What's in my mind?" Ladies.
It's hard to find because it's not labeled as pregnancy kit, where I pranked people thinking I created a pregnancy kit, a test kit for cats. It's listed like afternoon visit and a date.
Yeah, didn't we just show that? Yeah, we said that.
Feline pregnancy kit is actually a fairly high search list. You type in feline and all of a sudden there it is. So I should see about getting that clipped out.
Come on. You know the reason why I think Harley's picking up litter clicker training so easily is because
Food?
no, because she watches Ruthie do it.
Yeah. She copycats.
Oh, Pinterest? I don't have a Pinterest account. I only can take on so much. How do you link it to Pinterest?
Yeah, a lot of people were upset with the pregnancy test kit. I mean, I took a real human pregnancy test kit. I carefully opened up the wrapper. I created stickers on there saying not for human use. Put it on there, sealed it all back up. And then it's like carefully taped up the side I opened. And then when I opened it up on camera, I opened up on the still sealed side and showed everybody that thing. And I came up with on the fly. I came up with a story that I was given a tour of a research lab where they have a setup for collecting cat urine from fake litter boxes to do their test with. And I was like, I thought about creating like fake clumps of cat pee, and I ended up using real clumps of cat pee. I wore latex gloves though. And I had like a spritz bottle that was supposed to have the enzyme that make this the test would work. And it was just water. I spritzed it, and then the first one fell apart. And I was like, ugh. I had to do it again. So I was glad I made two. And then I said she was pregnant because, by golly, she sure looked pregnant.
What did we recently just tell that story to when we sent the link to? I don't remember.
I don't know. I know we talked about it last week too. It's like when I had a camera on one of the towers, and you could see her belly moving, and it looked like a kitten, and I got something moving around inside of her. And then I saw on Shelly's cam one of the young kittens doing the exact same thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's just a digestive tract." Ew. But it fooled the vets. Okay, it fooled the vet. But by the time she got to the vet for her pregnancy check, they looked at her and they're like, "Yeah, not pregnant," because she was still skinny. And that's what my best guess was that I was fairly certain by the time of that appointment that she wasn't pregnant, but I didn't rule out that she had one kitten in there, because one kitten, she could still maintain her rough shape.
Your daddy's silly. She's like, I know.
There was another cat that they thought was pregnant, so they're giving her extra cat food for the babies, and she was gaining weight. So she thought she was pregnant because she was gaining weight, as a pregnant mom would. So they kept feeding her. She was just getting fat from the food. She wasn't pregnant.
Did you just hop at me?
Yeah, Shelby, she gave birth twice. Took Lizzie up to the vet, and they taught me how to tube feed her. And then on the way, Lizzie, Sparky. Took Sparky up to the vet, and they taught me how to tube feed her. And on the way home, I stopped at the train tracks, and all of a sudden, it's like I looked over, and I was hearing meowing. I looked over, and she was bathing a kitten. And I opened up the lid. I was like, "What?" Because it didn't look like Sparky. Opened it up, and there was two kittens in there. I was like, "What the hell?" And I called the vet, and they were like, "Well, ain't that something?" And Shelly got word, and she contacted me and asked me what kind of shit show I was running down there.
This is after dark.
So. Like I was trying to steal all the viewers or something like that.
Look at Ruthie being the princess.
She gave birth 4 days after Sparky, and I think that she actually miscarried all the kittens, and Sparky just happened to be developed enough to survive for 4 days. Sparky passed away the evening that Lizzie was born. I have heard, long since then that there has been other cases where a mama cat has given birth for 4 or 5 days after having given birth, but it's still very rare. It's like Sparky had 2 other siblings that were born at the same time, and they were very undeveloped. And it was fairly obvious to me that they were non-viable. Yeah, it's like Sparky was very sleek in her coat, and Lizzie was not. So I looked in there and I saw this fur, and I was like, what the hell? Opened it up, saw 2 kittens. Now Sparky knew warmth, she knew comfort, she knew a full belly. She passed all the full belly, and she passed my hand with Sparky right there. With Shelby right there. Shelby knew it was time before I did, because she started bathing her. One thing with Lizzie, I think Lizzie had trouble latching, but Sparky didn't. So she got the nozzles primed and ready for Lizzie. I think that's how it went. Yeah. One thing that some people don't know about cats is that if a litter has 5 kittens, that means she mated at a minimum of 5 times with 5, potentially up to 5 different cats. So each kitten in a litter could have a different dad. And from what my understanding, each mating releases one egg. And sometimes the runt of the litter is typically the kitten that was conceived last. Because if she's in the heat for 2 weeks, the first kitten could be conceived on day 1, and the last kitten conceived on day 14. So even though they're born the same day, one kitten has a lot 2 weeks less gestation period. Shelby was shell shocked because when Lizzie was born, because Lizzie was loud, and saying that Lizzie was loud is like saying a gunshot, firing a gun next to your ear is loud. It's deafening. And Shelby pretty much checked out. She was done being a mom. And the only way she would let Lizzie nurse is if I would lay down next to her and squished her ear while I slipped Lizzie in. And we're going to go ahead and pretty much close up for now. We've been broadcasting for about 2 hours and we're very tired. Now the highlight reels are still playing on the channel. So if you click on the Critter Room text and icon below the video, you can go see the highlight reels. They're going 24/7. I think the playlist is 4.5 days, almost 5 days. And so you can watch 5 days without seeing a single duplicate. And the clips are up to 4 minutes long. And the vast majority are 2 minutes or less.
How cute she is.
It's like we're having a Kitten Cam DVD. Except for it won't fit on the DVD.
Look how cute she is.
Now, if you missed this, missed the whole thing, or want to see part of it, once it's a little bit after it's posted, probably tomorrow, the chat will come up, so you'll be able to follow along the video and watch what's being said in chat too, so you can see how we're responding to people.
Yes, thank you everybody for joining us. We really love and appreciate this time. Highlight of our week.
Okay.
Have a good week. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 kitten time.
And I'm going to play around with Facebook. If you get a lot of notices from Facebook saying that I've gone live before next Thursday, that's me just testing to see what the heck is going on. Because we're broadcasting to Facebook, but for some reason Facebook keeps posting it as a private video that only I can see.
Yeah, definitely evidence of chat. It stays there. Like if you go back to last week, you can see all the chat.
Yep. Okay, now I'm also trying something new where once I push this button to stop streaming, this stream should automatically end without me going in and setting it. So here we go. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for joining. See you next week.